Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Gracious good morning to you, good people. It's your girl KB. You know what I do, and you know why I do it. It is Friday. Notice how I said that. Friday. Praise the Lord. With emphasis on the T, man. It is May 30th. We got one more day to this month, and then we're into the summer months. Where does the time go? Seriously, where does the time go? Seems the older I get, the faster time just blows by. And it's crazy making because now it's like, what did I get done? I blinked and years happened. You know, it's just, like I said, it's just crazy making. It's 2:53 in the a.m. Now, I'm going to share a timeline with you briefly. I'm going to talk about this week. I'm going to talk about a lot of things this week because I am wrapping up a bunch of things that I needed to do that are, I'm going to say, concretized now, and I have a game plan, and I want to say I'm moving into building a foundation, if I could use that term. Timeline. Everything that could possibly be crazy this week has happened this week as far as just work stuff. But, you know, I stayed focused and I got my continuing education's units done for my license, so I'm good for another 2 years. I just have to submit it to the uh, licensing agency, and that's a wrap. I have some housing plans laid out, but it's contingent upon some monies falling in place. The money is there. I just have to wait for the legal wranglings. So that's happening. Like I said, another week is in the can. Work was crazy. Who knew that, you know, some folks don't want you to tell them the truth about, I want to say, grimy practices, if I could say that, or, you know, you telling them that, okay, the time for lying is over. I have a boundary with this. And this is my personal favorite because this is happening more and more. There's a book, and I'm pretty sure, I feel pretty confident in saying that it may be banned. But I'm going to urge you to kind of reinvest in it if you haven't. If you've heard of it and you said, I wanted to read it, and you haven't, please get you a copy. And that book is entitled White Fragility. Now, I know some of you just recoiled in shock and horror, but, you know, I think this administration is moving in a way that, you know, that's being reinforced, that's being supported, and here's another word that's going to make you clutch the pearls, that entitlement, that sense of entitlement is being threatened. Not by any one particular person, but based on insecurity. Because, you know, folks are demanding the same rights that other people have. And I'm going to use air quotes for rights. No, you won't talk to me any old kind of way. No, you're going to treat me like other customers. Yes, my money spends just like yours, and I work hard for it, just like you do. You know, that kind of mindset is being challenged. And folks don't really think about it. I want you to think about how deeply ingrained that biased thinking and racism is in your being and in your society, because it's there. And people are getting bent out of shape because it's exposed. That part. And needless to say, a lot of folks don't have access to me anymore based on, the sense of entitlement, the fragility, and retreating back to, the safety zone of privilege when, I demand the same level of respect that you would give other folks. Yeah, I needed to speak on that because, folks are just really grating my nerves now. And I think it's because I'm constantly bombarded day in and day out. Now, I believe the person who brought my attention to some of the things that are going on is a woman who, under TikTok, it's either Christina Talks Tea or Tea with Christina. I think it's Christina Talks Tea. And Christina is a white woman who speaks with this over-exaggerated Southern drawl. And she acknowledges that she speaks with this over-exaggerated Southern drawl in order to pull people in. It's a ploy. But she is full aware of privilege and things of this nature. And she is deconstructing it and exposing it. And she has had accounts blocked. She's been kicked off Twitter because she calls Elon Musk Elonia Muskrat. And a lot of times she's not even speaking on Twitter. Sometimes she just can't hold her tea. But a lot of times she's not speaking on Twitter. She's just kind of in the background, if you will, and scoping things out. But yeah, she's been exposing a lot. Rachel Maddow has been exposing a lot. Stacey Abrams has been empowering folks. Stacey's my hero. Stacey has been very quiet, very stealth. If Stacey Abrams and Jasmine Crockett got together, they'd be silent and deadly. I respect these two sisters immensely. Now, the other day I made a statement, not here. It was in a conversation about Kamala. And I said, Kamala, although she's done some things, as far as career and, just acknowledgments, Kamala does not have the chops that Crockett has, because Crockett will get down and dirty. I respect that. Now, first I'm going to talk to you like you have good sense. But if you choose to go another way, we can do that too. I like that about Jasmine. Stacey is just present. This is what it is. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. I'm telling you what I'm going to do. I like that. There's no empty threats. There's no threats, period. I'm speaking to you in a cool, calm, collected manner, and I'm telling you what I'm going to do. Now, I'm more Jasmine than I am Stacy, but I've always had those two traits, always. And I know I shared, I'm willing to take a beating for what I believe in. And for those of you who grew up with me, you know that to be true. If we're going to fight, roll up your sleeves. Let's do this. Then we can go back to whatever it was that we were doing. But you're going to know I stand firm and fast on what I say. And you know that I don't threaten people. I tell you what I'm going to do. And then I do it. So, I want to say those are two characteristics that I admire. Those are two characteristics for those of you who know me on a personal level, know that I am consistent with. There's no need for any of that other noise. I told you I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. When I tell you I'm done, I'm done. You know. So, getting back to my timeline, I know this is a rather lengthy statement. My timeline. It's been 5 years since COVID. It's been 9 years in the progression of watching somebody tell me one thing and do another. It's been, I want to say, 5 years since that whole part of my life played out, where I really began to film videos. I started as a result of COVID, but there was something going on a personal level that was very painful. Again, in that 9-year window, it's been 5 years since, the culmination of it all, and it was brutal. But I took time to get my mind right, to wrap my mind around, some things that are used by God. Hear me good. Some things that are used by God are otherworldly. And I want you to think in terms of Lucifer. God created, God worshiping, evil core. Some things that are used by God are not of God. That part. And to keep it even more 100, I'm not projecting. Because all of us have the capability. It just takes the right set of circumstances to bring that into fruition. So, I have to look at what part of me, in my healing process, I have to look at what part of me was attracted to the things that are not of God. That part.